What's going on, people? Hope you are all well. It is a long overdue Static Youth vlog. Been a bit preoccupied, mainly with the arrival of Arlo, which was the 11th of December 2021. So yes, been a bit preoccupied. I have since obviously got myself a nice little workshop. We can see the garage styles flooring. If I step to one side, we can also see the Static Youth branding in the tile, which absolutely loving. Please go and check them out on Instagram and Facebook if you need any flooring work for your workshop, your gym. They are the guys to check out. So this is a vlog for a build that I actually completed last year. So you'll see the background and the backdrop is me still working in my garage. So here it is, keep watching. So here it is, the next build. Again, brand new car in the box. We're gonna go for a Mustang on this one. It is in for wrap, splitter, lowered wheels, and some other bits and pieces to match the car that is to replicate. So here we go. So as we saw, I was deboxing it. As we can see, it is now out of the box. Have noted a couple of things. Obviously, I'm going to be painting the inside black because we are going to be re-wrapping this car. And we'll be painting the handles black, just mainly due to the intricacy. I will not get the wrap in there just through how tight it is. So the cleanest way of doing it would be painting the handles black. Going on to the front of the car, I have in fact noticed that it has a red and blue trims, like lights. Now I know that there is a police version of this car, so whether this is generic on all Mustangs, I'm unsure, as it is the first one. So looking at the client's car, which I'm going to be replicating, what I'm planning on doing will actually be to take this whole piece out and put real black mesh in there. The same for the lower grills as well. I just think it will look a lot more cleaner with these being black mesh to match the top grills. Also planning on doing a bonnet bulge on the top, so that will fit nicely in this area. So it'll just be a case of me measuring it up and then sending dimensions over to Exeter 3D print. Lowering wise, it seems to have the same sort of setup as what was on the X5. So I will be putting the wheels on first, measuring my arch gap, and then going from there. Now with the wheels, what I have in fact got here are the wheels. Now, if you'd seen the X5 vlog, I was dealing with the first wheel that I'd ever come across where there is no backing to them. And it is the same for the Mustang wheels. So this gave me a little bit of confusion because obviously it's spoked all the way through. However, this centerpiece does in fact pop out, which is very, very handy. So you can see that I've taken it out of this wheel and that's what it looks like behind. So we'll be sending the wheel insert as well to Exeter 3D print to have him design and create the wheel to match the wheels that are in fact fitted to the Mustang as well. So yeah, it looks like a very well built car as standard. Obviously it's got opening doors as standard. And yeah, it'll be a case of now me measuring it up, working out all the bits and pieces that I need to do to lower it, do a custom splitter on it, and carbon details, and then obviously wrapping as well. So here we go. So taking some measurements on lowering the Mustang. So I've worked out that I've got to drop the front around about 35 mil, and the same could be said for the rear to give me around about 10 mil clearance, so it just sits just right on the arch. So there we go. So making a start on the splitter, see, for the Mustang. So I've mocked it out. What I tend to do with splitters to get them exactly identical, I will only template half the splitter first, as we can see by this line, which I'll just get a template. So the template is here. This is the original line of the car, and then I've marked it out how I want it to look, and then drawn around it, and then literally just flip the template over so that now we've got an exact mirror image. and that's how I do my splitters. So if anyone's interested in how to do it, that is how to do it. So now I'm just going to cut it out, get it all mounted up for the second part of the splitter, as it is 2 parts. Here we go. So we saw I'd mocked up and started doing the splitter, and it is now complete. All 3 pieces are done. So we've got the top piece, we've got the bottom piece, and if I grab one of the side pieces, and then this piece will in fact be stuck here. So from the front, obviously it gives it a much more aggressive look, and again it is as close as possible to the client's Mustang as I can get. This will be wrapped in carbon effect, same with the sides, and the plan is to put a small bolt through the top hole and have a little spacer on the back, and then bolt it to the sides, and then it will be glued to the bottom piece. I did have an idea of slotting this and then sliding it in, but I just don't think it'll be as clean as what I would like. I had also started lowering it, or working out how to lower it. Upon further investigation, it wasn't like the X5 that I had in fact previously done. So I've now got to sit down and think about how to do it. I've got an idea in mind, so I will be cracking on with that. So this is how it's looking so far. It'll be a case of now taking the splitter off, wrapping it, and then finishing lowering, and then paint the inside of the car so it's black, and then start wrapping. And then it'll be also a case of doing the front grills, and then the build will near enough be done. Just keep watching. So got the front lowered on the Mustang now, as we can see. Actually gone a little bit lower than originally planned, mainly just because of the setup, but it is still clear. The wheel does spin freely. Just got to notch out just the back of the headlight here, which is a common thing with ride-on cars. You can see it actually protruding here, so I've just got to shave this down, and then there's just a tiny bit on the inside of the arch here that I've just got to shave down just to stop it from catching as much when turning. So now it'll be a case on the rear. I've made an adjustment. The original measurement, I was going to drop it by 35mm, but to get the right height to match the front is now an actual 10mm more, so we're going to drop the rear by 45mm. So the clearance from here to the arch will be 10mm. I might make it so it's only a 40mm drop, just so that there's a little bit more clearance on the rear in comparison to the front, maybe. So it just adds a little bit more slope, but we can see the difference in the arch gap on the rear compared to the front. So I'm now going to start on the rear lowerings. Here we go. And there it is. The rear is now lowered, not tucking as much on the rear in comparison to the front, but I think it just looks right with the fitment now. Again, a little bit different on this car compared to cars that I've done before, mainly because the axle had stoppers on the insides. So I've done this now, so the rear is actually adjustable, movable up and down. If preferred, it can go higher. Just got to put a couple of spacers in the back, and then do a bit of sealing just to make sure that there's no water that is going to get inside. But the rear and the front are now lowered, as we can see. So there's still more to go. So here we go. So the Mustang interior obviously has been painted. Come out really good. Love obviously this product. Front bumper is now stripped down. What I have in fact done, it's not that easy enough to see, but I have in fact cut this section out. I've had to leave this part here due to it being the support for the front chassis. I've also cut out the lower sections, which I'm going to be putting real mesh, and also in the sides as well. So I've now prepped it, made sure it's all smooth. Put a spray adhesive already on the bumper. It's the same stuff that I use for the inside, so that the wrap actually tacks to it really well. And so now we're going to start doing some wrappings. Here we go. So got the bits back from Exeter 3D Printing, and as we can see, as always, he has smashed it. So please go and check him out on Instagram and Facebook. So we've got the wheels, bonnet scoop, which does in fact have a slot in as well. So I'll be sanding these down. Little wheel bolts. Again, the attention to detail is phenomenal. And also went another little extra detail of doing 5.0 badges for the wings of the Mustang. So what I'm going to do with these is put a little bit of yellow in the full stop or the dot, just for that extra little bit of detail. And then yeah, the car will be completed. So let's see it when it's done. So that was the build progress of such a sick car. Now here are the completed pictures of how that Mustang looked. Check them out. And that is this vlog done. Thank you again to all those involved. So we had review where I got the Mustang from. Also had Exeter 3D Printing that killed it as per usual with the wheels, the bonnet vent, and also big shout out to Liam down at LF Media. Obviously he comes with me on road trips when delivering cars, and for taking the wicked shots, which were the last two pictures at the end. So a massive shout out to him. And again, make sure you hit that like, share and subscribe. Don't forget to check me out on Facebook and on Instagram for a lot more content. Until next time, peace.